and say, unless there is, as I said, some other contract, which we might try to confirm with Roger if he thinks that this is not the contract that he signed. But otherwise, I don't know what there is to do. This is rock solid.
Well, he's a kitty.
I think that's our best option, at least as a start. And who knows if we find Roger, maybe he'll allow us to go through his apartment a little bit, and maybe we'll get lucky and he'll have saved the contract. Or maybe there'll be another clue there. Who knows?
Yes. I'm inclined to think that there is a possibility of another contract. Just seeing what I know of the Degreases.
So it sounds like we're headed to Rogers.
I think that we might be heading to a different location based on Trench's wording.
Oh, I just realized my cat muted my volume. Just fixed it.
Well, let me take a look at something here. I'm not the most inclined toward breaking and entering. Not that I have a moral quandary, I'm not very good at it. But if you need some sort of distraction, I'm more than happy to provide. Mary?
I mean, I think that Imogen is much better at trying to talk to someone than breaking and entering. However, that doesn't mean we can't split the party.
I think my inclination at this point is to speak to Roger, but leave the door open for breaking and entering later. Yeah,
Yeah, my camera is being stupid.
it had a really great face for you for a second there.
Yeah, me looking like a grandma. Let's see if my camera will ever come back. It's like an issue between Discord and my camera. No. Do do. Oh, acceleration is on. Hold on. There we go. All I know is that Discord and my camera do not like to work together. Well, I turned it off, so fuck it. So to Rogers we will go.
To Rogers we will go. To Rogers we will go. Hi ho, dun 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 dun, Roger, No, I just couldn't remember the words.
Hi ho, the Mario to hunting. Here we go. All right. So you're about half. How, first off, how are you getting to Rogers?
I think Imogen's car? I think that's the only car we're left with.
Yeah, because Ginger and Mac are gone right now. I think they went to lunch.
Sounds good. Yeah. Everyone can load up in Ginger's car. Or not Ginger. I'm Imogen. That's my name.
All right. So while you're driving towards Roger's place, you actually see Roger on the side of the road, half conscious, with a pie plate that's formed over his face and custard pie everywhere. No. Maybe for tunes, but no.
Uh, isn't this uh for tunes at least a serious concern?
I mean, kind of. It's usually just a gag that they do on television and in comics, but, there's Roger laying there.
Well, this is awful.
And he was so close to his home.
Let
Yeah, in the
me
back, but I don't know if it's.
I
I mean,
actually do
two
have a
people.
first aid kit,
Heck yeah.
canonically.
A
I am the healer of the group.
heck yeah.
Uh, you see his head do that, like, tomb shake with the blah, 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 and, like, just all the cream pie just flies everywhere. And the pie plate hits the floor and just kind of wobbles a little bit. He goes, "It just came out of nowhere."
What did you see?
I didn't see anything. I was coming home, and all of a sudden, this big masked man came out from behind the tree and smashed this pie tin into my face.
God. I'm going to recuse myself from this scene knowing too much about the books.
Um, is there like anything that would like I'm sure that there are signatures for like different cartoons. Is there anything that would give like evidence to like maybe who might have done this? Like a print on the back of the pie tin.
Well, you're gonna have to roll for it. Hold on.
Okay.
Uh, Focus detect for me.
Okay. So
No,
5.
no, couldn't have been her. She's too sweet. No.
And I know you just explained rerolls, but because I just about got it straight. So
Oof.
how does that work?
So yeah, you can reroll once for free unless you have a feat that allows you to do so, and I believe you do. Eye for details. Hold on, let me pull that up here. Okay, so yeah, if you have any luck, which it looks like you do, you can either come up with a detail that can prove useful in a difficult situation, or ask the director for a clue or suggestion.
Ooh, I would like to do that.
All
The
right.
second option.
Uh, Looking at the pie tin, you see the maker's brand of the pie. It's a local shop in Los Angeles. But you also notice that there's some ink smears on the outer rim.
I will point that out and say, that's strange. You don't usually expect ink, but
Not unless it was a tune that did it.
huh, this is
I
just
really believe
really
someone's trying to kill me, guys.
Do I
yeah.
know anything about the pie manufacturer?
No, they're just a reputable bakery, small place, mom and pop shop. They got, the occasional college team that works there, or there's a nice little lady who goes into the back and makes blueberry pies and apple pies all the time.
It's a lower quality establishment, but
Nice. Just
every
shitting
now
on
and again,
grandma.
every now and again, I get to kill Alan on stream, and it's the most fun.
Just shitting on grandma's pies. Why don't you?
But if I recall correctly, they are unfortunately a cash business.
I think most places were at this point.
So there would not be a paper trail.
I'm telling you, it's got to be those no good, rotten degreases.
So you think the DeGreases would hire another tune to take out a hit?
Absolutely.
Are you familiar with any of their hit men?
Well, no. I mean, have you seen Dominic? It could have been him for all I know.
I point at the ink. That is not from a human.
I mean, you can roll for it. Changing it up, Phil. Going from crime to Crime Stopper. All right. Yeah, you look over the pie tin. You even give the smudge a little lick, and yeah, tastes like tomb paint.
of forthcoming, cooperative, sane, everything that Roger hasn't been.
So what? You don't think that I'm making this up, do you? Somebody attacked me.
It's strange that you would jump to that.
Well, just the looks on your faces. None of you look like you believe me.
I
What about you, Imogen?
I believe that this happened, Roger. I think that you need to be straight up with us because we found a complete other contract that is completely different than what you said. Now, this to me looks like if I had to be, if I was writing a book or something, that this is the best way to set you up against the Degreases. It's too obvious.
I don't know what to say. Rocco gave me a verbal agreement that he was going to give me my own strip.
Oh,
A verbal agreement has very little weight, especially when you're talking about someone like the DeGreases.
Well, great, I guess. And you see his ears just kind of shrink down as he starts kind of walking in a circle. One sec. That's a good question. Trying to find it.
Do you have any idea which book it might have been in, Vale?
Oh, that's because I'm looking at the wrong book. Hold on. It's in. Yeah, it's actually in Outgunned, Not Adventures. That's why I couldn't find it. Lie to me. You gain a free re-roll for all rolls made to understand someone's intentions or to spot lies. I forgot you took the agent straight from the main book. Smooth detect. I mean, you could use focus, but I feel like this is more of a you're reading body language, not really. Well, no, I don't know. You're right. Focus. Gain one more. All right. Um, Looking over him, you can tell he's really upset about this, and his body language is very open. Um, you can see he's very downtrodden, and he wants somebody to understand what's going on. Um, yeah, probably. It's probably in my office. It's way too messy, but I can find it if you give me a few hours. He reads it over like very quickly. He's just like rifling through the pages at sonic speed, and he goes, "Yeah, that looks about right."
If this is the right contract, and the verbal agreement just existed, there's not really much to do other than to find whoever committed this heinous act of food waste.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I'll just if you find whoever did this, please let me know. I'm gonna be back at the bungalow. And Roger just walks away. He's dragging his hat on the floor.
Maybe I was too harsh.
If anyone was harsh, it was me, but if all he has is the word of a mob boss, there's nothing to go on.
All right.
Um, I think if we're going back to the car, I think she'll just pause and say, "Well, we could at least check out the pie place. Maybe someone saw something."
Sure, we can do that. Even if there's nothing going on with the greasy that we can deal with, we can at least find out what happened with the pie. I was going to wait in the car.
Those pies are insulting. What
The only thing more insulting than inferior food is food waste.
That's true. But what did Grandma Bakes a lot ever do to you? Yeah. You got a chocolate, you got a rhubarb, and you've got a blueberry. Them chocolate ones are my favorite. Anyways, so while you're, I'm assuming you were heading to the bakery then. All right. As you're about to pass by the bakery, you see somebody walk out and lock the door.
Are they familiar?
No, they have a like a apron on, and it's got the name of the store on there, but they're not familiar to you.
Excuse excuse me,
Yeah,
do you work at Bakes a lot?
yeah, I'm the cashier.
Were you there today?
Uh, I mean, I wasn't here all day, but yeah.
Uh, I will give a description of the pie and ask, did you sell anything of this nature?
Uh, Chef, you would know it's a Boston cream pie.
Ah, have you sold any Boston cream pies lately?
Uh, yeah, I sold three. One of this really nice elderly lady for her granddaughter's birthday. Mr. Henry came in, and then there was a gentleman in a coat, really short, kind of squirrely.
Do you think this gentleman was a tomb?
Anything was possible. I didn't really get a good look at his face.
I see. Could you gauge how tall?
He puts his hand out, and it's just shy of 4'11", maybe 5 feet.
You said there was something squirrely. What exactly?
Um, Anxious energy, kind of rabbity, you know.
Rabbity. Did you in fact see any springing?
No, but he had these big feet. He's wearing like red coveralls underneath his coat.
Above board. Is that what Roger wears?
Yes.
This was Roger. Thank you for your information.
Yeah, anytime. I was that child. For my ninth birthday, I will have you know I had a cookies and cream pie.
By the way, I hand a couple of bucks to the cashier for giving the information.
He looks at it and goes, "Oh wow, thanks, appreciate it."
Keep up the subpar work.
Yeah, thanks. And he like very concerned starts backing away while keeping eyes on you.
I think Imogen just looks so mad, and then is going to look over at Trench. Trench, the cashier literally just described what Roger wore. I could give several reasons. If he feels that he's getting out of the spotlight, he feels vengeance towards the Degreasy brothers, saying that someone tried to hurt him and pointing at the Degreases. I mean, it makes yourself relevant. Uh, there's just a shake of the head of just like jaw, like just slack of like, are you serious? But in the way of, and then she just shakes her head and says, "Anyway, uh, I think we should have a conversation." Just face
With
palm.
Roger.
Imogen, you would actually know this as a tune professor, that a lot of tunes see therapists, and there's one very major one. Like there's a tune therapy clinic that a lot of tunes go to, especially the ones that work for the syndicate, as the syndicate pays for the therapy sessions there. Right now, their office is closed, but you could probably try again in the morning.
Um, I guess maybe if we didn't want to confront Roger quite yet, maybe we could try and find out, and she'll relay the information about the tune therapist. They open tomorrow. I don't know how those laws work exactly of what they will be able to tell us, but maybe we can get something.
To be honest, if it was Roger that did this, I have quite a bit of anger about that.
I mean, he could have at least used a decent pie place.
Truly, there were many sins involved.
I think it's more upsetting that he chose an inferior pie place rather than him doing it to himself.
I mean, life is hard. You get that.
So what's the plan? You guys gonna call it a night and try fresh in the morning? All right,
I'm good with that.
cool. So, what's your evenings looking like when you're just chilling?
Um, Imogen's is rather quiet. Um, she is very type A. Everything has a place. There's a much organization to her apartment. Uh, she has probably a new recipe she wanted to try, and especially after something as stressful as today has been, she the way she can kind of calm down is trying new recipes in the kitchen. And I think she would probably whip up uh, a nice pasta dish and end her night with a book and a cup of tea.
Kitty wants to listen too.
Nye loves chords and thinks that they should be toys. Unfortunately, they are not. Uh,
Well, it sounds like a good night. What about for Chef R?
Uh, Similar in the activity as Chef involved. But Chef Or is more running speed drills, uh, belittling many employees, and at one point gets so angry that he chops up one of his Toon employees to put him into the stew. And then obviously
Oof.
reconstitutes.
Did you call him an idiot hoagie?
No, I'm not a hack.
Made a nice Toon Wellington.
And I just realized the pun. I'm not a hack.
Nice. All right, Trent. What's your evening looking like? Of course. Do you happen to have a thread that goes from Big Tupperware to the man? Dear God. I- Was George Soros even born yet?
Did you mean Richard Murdoch or Rupert Murdoch? Okay.
Why not? Valid. Okay. Well, while you're over there connecting threads to things, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna actually start with Imogen on this. Imogen, there's a knock at your door.
Uh, she wraps herself in a long, like 40s style robe with like the like floofy uh little like arm cuffs. Uh, and will kind of look through the peephole of the door to see who's outside.
It's a little difficult to see at first through the peephole, but like you kind of look down and you see a cartoon. You see a cartoon raccoon in a police uniform.
Um, she'll undo the locks and uh open the door a crack and just say, can I help you with something?
Yeah, I'm looking for Professor Imogen.
Yes, that is I. Uh, can it's 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I need you to come with me. Um, there's been an incident, and apparently you were one of the last people to have seen the victim.
Oh, just give me 1 moment.
Yeah, take your time.
She just kind of shut the door. Uh, take a deep breath and uh, go get dressed into something casual. Um, and we'll quickly meet the uh, cartoon raccoon outside.
All right. Jeff Orr.
Obviously, Chef Orr doesn't sleep.
Where are you at 2 a.m.? Since
2
you're not
a.m.
asleep.
After a long day, when most other people have gone to sleep, Chef Orr sits in his bedroom next to his bed and stares at the bed, willing it to not make him fall asleep because he hates it so much.
Holy shit. Well, while in your deep in trance of sleep hate, a, a knock at your door kind of takes you out of it.
Stand up, grab the cleaver from the center of the bed that I stabbed it into, and walk to the door.
You really hate that bed, don't you?
I'm trying to make the character slightly more unhinged, and I
No, that's
keep having
valid.
to compete with fail.
So yeah, you come up to your door. Do you just open it, or what's the?
I will look in the peephole to see who's there.
It is a beaver in a police uniform looking at you.
Okay. Then I will thunk the cleaver down into the kitchen, like, counter nearby and open up the door for the beaver cop.
I'm looking for Chef Aura.
That would be me.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to come with me. There was an incident. Apparently, you and a couple other folks were the last to see the victim.
I do want to tell you that he reconstituted just fine after he was put into the stew.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, this is about something else. I'll be
Um,
right there.
and you see him kind of looking surprised before he jots down a couple of notes. if if you want to roll for it, I'll let you roll for it, so you
what
can read
what
what he wrote.
Sure. Let's oh, come on. Uh no
Let's.
detect?
Mm, how about smooth stealth?
Okay. Smooth and stealth. That's 5 dice. Two pair, fours and sixes.
He wrote down possible serial killer.
That tracks.
All right, over to Trent. Trent, are you still in your little bunker of solitude? Honestly, I could see that happening. And somewhere in between, it's McDonald's trying to fund it all. Um, contributing one death at a time. Anyways, Jesus, it's the last thing we need. um, so there's a knock on your storage unit door. It's an old friend of yours, and by friend I mean somebody who thinks you're a complete pain in the ass, but you have to deal with him every now and then. Sergeant Clever Cleaver. He is a giant badger. Actually, is he a badger? I think he might be a beaver. Either way, he's fairly large, almost 6 feet tall, and he's a cartoon dressed
Hold
in a
on.
detective's
Beaver
uniform.
Cleaver?
Sergeant Clever Cleaver.
But Beaver.
Beaver.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Never
Yeah.
mind.
I didn't write it. Yeah. Can it coats. I need you to come with me. Because it's Los Angeles in the 50s. I mean, most of them are. Because if you don't, I'm going to pull your PI license. Jesus Christ. You remember that mook that you took a bunch of money from to do a job? The Portune Sap. Roger. Yeah. Somebody whacked him. No, he's dead. And a little birdie tells me that you and your friends were the last one to see him. Just just get in the car, wise guy. I need you to come over to the crime scene. Do you want to be detained? You are a witness. You are not a suspect. Dear God, man. Did you use toothpicks as pins? All right. I just wanted to make sure. So he goes, "You're not in any trouble. I need you to come and take a look at something for me, answer some questions." All right. Thank you. Now, is that so difficult? Yeah. And he takes his toothpick, flicks it out, grabs another one. Dear God. All right, come on. once you all get there, the cop cars arrive relatively, close to each other. There's a number of cars already parked outside. You see that tuned investigators are walking in and out with big evidence bags. There's this tiny little squirrel in a uniform carrying this big, like, standard human size DSLR camera and like wobbling back and forth as he's trying to get the shot. Once Clever Cleaver gets there, he looks at the three of you and says, "All right, so tell me about this job that you were hired for."
Roger believed that he was owed a strip. De Greasy didn't see it that way. Roger said that there was a verbal agreement. But whenever we showed him the contract, he agreed that the contract Greasy gave us was correct. We were looking into the fact that he had been Pi. We found ink suggesting that it was a tune, and we went to the establishment, the only tune that had purchased a Pi. Matched the description of Roger himself.
You don't say. You don't happen to have this pie tin line around, do you?
Chef will pull it out.
Appreciate that. He pulls out a paper bag and lets you toss it in there. Obviously, I'm going to need to get you prints so that we can remove them from our, investigation.
Of course. I don't have any.
Yeah, but still, we need at least a sample of the paint.
Understood.
Yeah, we had a concerned citizen that corroborated that the three of you had seen Raja right before he went to his bungalow. That's why I'm not considering any of you suspects, but just in case, I want you to make sure that you don't leave town anytime soon.
I would have no reason to leave.
Anyways, still waiting to hear back from his wife, ex-wife. I guess I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but we need somebody to positive ID him.
Well, if they weren't exes now, they are at this point.
I think the term more so is widow.
Clever. Come on in. And he leads you into the bungalow. It's kind of like what it was when the first time you came to visit. There are some lights on. You see that on the other side of his door is, the big, over complicated security system. You also see that there's some musical notes on music staves kind of just laying on the floor, and they seem to be attached to the door. You also see that there's this big ass hole in the wall, probably the size of a fist. And over the banister leading upstairs into, like, on the stairway, you see this limp creature just kind of dangling there.
It's unfortunate.
One of the neighbors called it in. Said they heard some music and then a loud bang. Next thing, piano, something classical. I don't know. Music. Ick. Ick. This isn't an
Music.
elevator.
Eh, eh.
I'm not one to read music, but one of our guys is trying to figure out what's going on with the notes on the floor there. We think it might have came from his piano.
Understood.
Now, can you tell me who this person is as he points to Roger?
That would be Roger Rabbit.
All right. Positive ID'd as your employer on retainer, correct?
Yes.
Good enough for me. All right, boys, haul him out. And you see a couple of gophers come over, and they carefully lift him up. And he seems to kind of like do that paper float thing onto the stretcher before they cover him with paper. Does anybody want to do some sort of investigation while they're here? All right. Roll me a focused attack.
Okay. One second.
Do you want anyone to roll that or specifically?
That's anybody.
Okay.
Awesome. Oh, oh wow. I got 4 threes.
Damn. Okay. That's an
I got a
extreme success.
pair of 4s and a pair of 1s.
All right. 2 pair. Another 2 pair. All right. So let's start with the 2 pairs then. You both see that the house seems to be just in a state of disarray, more so than usual. Um, there is a room to the right, like as you're walking in, just past the piano. There's a little hallway, and the doors open, and like if you go around the corner, the hallway leads up and down, and going down, there's a door open, and there's a ton of paperwork just spilled out onto the floor. To the left in the living room, the couch got turned over. The why am I blanking on the word? The hutch, where he keeps like all his fancy ware, all the fancy wares on the floor broken. The jugs of Toonshine that are that he had, there were several of them that were completely empty, and he they're all broken. But for some reason, the kitchen is totally fine. As for the 4 of a kind, hold on. For the 4 of a kind, you can see that the mess leads upstairs as well. Doesn't look like any of the officers have been up there. The hole that's in the wall, there appears to be a big steel ball. It's probably like 4 or 5 inches around. It's massive, almost like a cannonball. And there is a huge, just gaping hole in Roger's chest from where this thing hit him. And you see a visible imprint of something on the floor. Looks like it may have been a word bubble, but it's hard to tell.
Imogen will just say, Did you all see the floor?
Is that to the officers or to the crew?
I'll say it to the crew first. Just because Imogen is very wary of cops. So, um, and then, but she'll say that first, and then, she's gonna look for like a blank piece of paper, uh, and like a pencil, and then, she'll just kind of look at Trench and say, "Hey, could you distract the cops for a minute? I just want to see if I can get an etching real quick." Don't get
Oh my god, hold on. I need you to roll me a nerves cool, please, or a smooth speech. Okay. So a couple of the work hands, they're like, I don't work for Big Donut. What are you going on about? Oh my god. Anyways, Imogen, what are you doing?
So I think she's going to like quickly kind of scoot out of her chair and try and make an etching of that thing on the floor that looked like a possible like imprinted word bubble.
All right.
Like basically putting the paper over it, getting the pencil and like rubbing the graphite to see like any of the edges like make out anything.
Okay, hold on. Do. Sorry, I'm trying to find the paragraph.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
good.
I'm getting distracted by the cats.
They just had their nap. I swear they planned this. Like they all love the camera. It's hilarious. They're the troublesome trio. I'm surprised Potato hasn't been the one. He's the orange one. Usually he's the one who's constantly trying to take stream time. So, uh the girls are getting their showtime today. Yeah, luckily these kittens are not that way. I had one that was like that, but my cats at least right now, they only cry when it's food time. And then you have to be prompt when it is food. Not a minute late. They have to have their snacks.
So I found the paragraph. While once you've put the paper on top of it, the ink kind of transfers over, and this bubble says, "No fair. You got me everything, Jessica. My contract."
Huh. I'll kind of show to Chef Order.
That is intriguing to say the least.
I think that's probably a good place to take a quick break.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the gruesome murder of Roger Rabbit. Not going to sugarcoat this one. Um, so last we left, go ahead.
Oh no,
You know they would.
getting more complex.
I don't even think Nickelodeon was a thing yet. Um, anyways, so Imogen had found a word bubble that said, "No fair, Jessica, or you got me everything. Jessica, my contract." And our investigation continues. I will also give you, Imogen, one thing that you did notice from where you're standing. Also, over by the windowsill in the dining room area that's like connected to the kitchen area by an island, you kind of see a Kermit the Frog stuffed animal just kind of sitting on one of the tree branches.
Sorry, what? What plushie?
It's a Kermit the Frog. I
Oh.
finally found you worm food.
Um, I'll kind of point that out and kind of take a look at it. It's kind of adorable.
So you do you grab it?
I will gently. I think that living in this world, you're always terrified of whether something's actually a tune. Um,
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
so there's like trepidation, and then she'll just kind of like, at least with like some sort of like she knows how forensics work at least, so she probably shouldn't touch it with her little grubby mitts, but she'll just like kind of like take like a handkerchief and like pick it up and take a look.
As soon as you squeeze it just a little bit, the eyeballs pop out.
Just kind of like jump back for a moment. Oh, okay. Just gonna set that down.
All this is happening while while Trent is over there talking about the donut industrial complex. Listen, you don't want to mess with those Canadians, man. They had a whole list made out of the after them. Pretty sure Geneva has something to say about that. Oh God. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, of course you do, because Duncan. Give it a few years. You might involve the Iran Contra too. God damn it, I'm frozen again. Yeah, this is all before this. I don't even think Tim Hortons is a thing yet. And I'm not even sure Duncan is either. Oh, let's see if my computer likes my fucking camera. Huh.
And Tim Hortons was found in 1964.
Phil, are you sure we're live? Oh, yeah, it
I
is.
see us live.
Okay, it's just my computer being stupid. Well, apparently I don't have the luxury of a camera at the moment. I'll figure that out. Anyways, so yeah, Imogen, now that you have information, what do you want to do with it?
So I will show Chef Orr and like once Trench has stopped with the donut distraction, uh I'll just say, I'm amazed we were able to get the word bubble, but I didn't know it actually worked like that. I'm gonna have to add that to my notes later. I forgot my notebook. Uh, anyway, someone was here. It seems. What do you think this could mean?
Well, I'm not sure. But whoever Roger was speaking to is likely the person that killed him. You think so?
I think you're missing the comma. I thought that was a language, but that's beside the point. Um, anyway, okay. Do we know of any benefactors of Roger? Teachers?
I mean,
Yep.
most anyone with any means has some sort of life insurance.
Oh no, the insurance industrial complex.
An interesting proposition.
So Detective Cleaver comes back over. He goes, so you found that. All right, well, at least we got it off the floor. We were trying to figure that one out.
Do you not run into this kind of stuff often?
Occasionally, usually the word bubbles are still intact. We can tell, but we can tell roughly how long decomp has been based on the deterioration of the word bubbles itself. This one, it's been a while. Maybe a few hours. Where'd that come from? Yeah, right on my pink little unicorn. Go find him. Listen here, Butch. I ain't gonna be taking any more your guff. You see Detective Cleaver pick up Kermit, give it a couple of squeezes, the eyes, pop in and out. At one point you hear it go, "I'll get you worm food."
I have a sudden desire to shoot something.
Well, despite not knowing who gacked the rabbit, it's pretty open and shut. Appreciate you coming down. Um, we'll be in touch.
What do you expect to happen in this case?
Well, it looks like we already have our suspect. According to this word bubble you found on the floor, I think it's pretty safe to assume that jilted ex-wife probably shot him. Pissed off that she's getting a divorce. I'm sorry, what? No, please, enlighten me. You know what? I ain't got the brain cells to deal with you right